We're boycotting Israel and the UAE for their role in genocide. Why aren't we boycotting America? Well, it comes down to what a boycott is and what America is. Because a boycott works when consumer power can be retained such that it is cheaper and more economically effective for the actor that you're trying to change the policy of to change their policy. For example, if Walmart is underpaying their employees, you have to have a large enough consumer base boycotting that it is cheaper for them to start paying their employees better for the consumer to return. This works on small countries that you want to undermine the power of, right? Like, America is a large consumer base of Israel, and Israel is not making that much money off of the Palestinian genocide. It is making money, undoubtedly, and is politically significant. But there is a relationship there, and if Israel's economy was sufficiently destroyed, it would be a reason for its policy to change. The issue is that when you are in America, so if I'm talking to Americans about an American boycott, your interests and like your livelihood and even your economic power by which you could levy to have political change is intrinsically tied to the very thing that you're trying to deny political and economic power to, which is the American economy as a whole. So boycotting specific companies for specific changes like Spotify so that they don't keep playing ICE ads, that works because that math could ever work out. But boycotting the country as a whole literally gets weaker as it goes on by definition, and the math doesn't work. Now, if you are out of America, there is a point at which you could boycott America as a whole, and it would happen. But extraordinarily large solidarity networks and mutual aid and connections to alternatives must be made well before that's even vaguely feasible for the global working class. So yeah, in short, the math just doesn't work. American consumers can't boycott American goods because our interests are directly interrelated to them. And foreign consumers are not going to levy an effective boycott because of how interconnected the American economy is into the rest of the world's economy. So well before we engage in a large boycott, which would look like a general strike, we need networks of solidarity, mutual aid, and actually community defense for anything like that to be effective. I'm not saying it's right or it's wrong, but boycotting is a tool, not just a moralistic act. And you don't use a tool that won't work.